Okay, so I put it on recording. That way you will be able to access this live webcast, how to find winning stocks with AI screener. My name is Sergey Savastyuk. I have PhD in mathematics. And I really developed that system. I started developing that system, you would never believe, on a crash of 2008 and 9, where there some ideas were placed to the foundation of that system. And the foundation, even at that time, was based on the use of artificial intelligence. Okay, now it's a lot of more hype than it was before, and I'm glad that we're moving to that direction. Okay, so what is our mission in our company? We are SEC registered company. What it means we're registered with the Security Exchange Commission, and that's a big deal, because a lot of other companies which you might encounter are not registered, and they also are having their own system, and so they give also training sessions. And this is an example actually found in February, where Online Trading Academy, okay, being not SEC registered, right? They're running an investment training scheme. Okay, they're now being sued by Federal Trade Commission for the false or unfounded earnings claims. So what it means if the company is not registered, they can kind of be on the edge of their claims. They can say anything they want to entice and then bring other customers. But if the company is registered, then we're not allowed to do that. So we cannot do that. So here's the first tip for you. If you really want to get a good advice, then try to work with companies which are registered, first of all. Maybe you've heard about the company Betterment. That's an example. You can find a similar disclaimer on our website, which called ADV Part 2. Sorry, ADV Part 2. And that way we see that there is a disclaimer and a registration. If the company doesn't have ADV Part 2, then this company is not registered with the SEC, and then that company is going to say much more than we're allowed to say. Okay, that's kind of very important. Second, why to use AI algorithms? Because a lot of trades right now made by the computers, by algorithms, and that's a big deal. When you are an individual investor, you really want to have access to the similar level of the complexity of this algorithm. And then what happens, just a second, I think somebody has not been muted. Just a second. Somebody has noise, and I don't know how to make it mute. There's a person, Kanwal, if you can try to mute it, or mute all, okay. Current only participant will be muted, yes. Okay. So we will continue because there was some noise. Okay, anyway, so when I talk about individual investors, then I always give a good analogy where you know about the different sports leagues, let's say baseball league, football league, or basketball league. And you might have a minor league, okay? You might have college league, and you're gonna have a national league. If you are in a minor league and going to try to play in a national league, it is most likely and almost guaranteed they're going to lose. Why? Because you're in a different league. And that's been divided in sports for the reason, because the different set of skills. Unfortunately, for those who are trying to play in the stock market, then you're playing immediately in a national league. You play against serious people who really want to take other people's money. That's their job, and they are in National League. So if you really compare yourself with the hedge funds or mutual funds or anybody else, then what they have a staff mathematicians. They have hundreds of thousands of the computers with enormous of calculations. They have their own software, backtesting, and everything they need to really understand the market analysis, analytics. But what the individual investor has, it has the best case if the person has a mathematical background or financial background, maybe one or two computers, maybe a little bit of software and other website services like ours, right? And that's pretty much what you have. And what you need to do is to find those who give you almost the same amount of information where hedge funds have, okay? And that's what we do. So we based our technology on AI. We also explain a lot using natural language generation technology if people want to have access directly or through the advisors, which are coming out soon, okay? So now, so what's the demo I'm going to do about our system? I'm going to talk about the basics of a trading plan development, very basic, just to help you to understand what I'm going to talk about the screener. And what is the odds of trading success? And that's a kind of our own terminology, which is quite important for understanding why we really successful in our strategies. And I will show a proprietary instant group analysis, which I've never seen anywhere else on any other site. Then I will give you introduction to the screen, all kinds of filters we're going to go through, and you will see how we can use it. Okay. So first about the trading plan. Okay. The trading plan on a very high level of the understanding is your concept, your set of mind, your mental model. What do you want to trade? This is a trend continued. Okay. Imagine, so stock goes up and you believe that it's going to go continue. Let's say today market was up, and then you believe it's going to continue. That's your set of mind. And that means trend is going to continue. And you really want to see if it's really going to go up. Okay. And you don't know. You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, week ahead, month ahead. So here's another strategy plan, which is the stock goes up and then a little bit down, and then you believe you're going to be going up. And that's called buying in the dip, okay? Because this is a buying strategy. Another strategy is a breakout strategy where you have an entry point of your stock when it's kind of on a trend, but you have a specific point where it should break the particular price and it's going to continue up, okay? And this is a trend reversal when the stock goes down and then goes up, okay? And that's where 90% of the individual investors losing the money. Why? Because they're thinking they're going to find this point where there's going to be trend is going to reverse and it's going to go up. Okay? So when you sell short, and I assume you kind of know that, if not, then we have individual classes where we can explain the basics. Then what is here? Trend continued going down. It's kind of on a dip, reverse. Then it's a breakout down, and this is a trend reversal. And I will show you a simple example. It's called, I think, like a skiing in a half pipe, right? And this is just one person kind of skiing in this pipe, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, right? And then on these edges, a person jumps, okay? So what it means, trend trading, it means that you kind of get enough of inertia, and then you kind of go up and then get enough and then jump. So the most successful trades are made right here when you have enough inertia to move up. And you know it's going to move up, but then you have to kind of get out at the right point and move all the way down, okay? Well, like here, this way, and then go this way. And that's what's called a trend right here. This is a small period of time when you can really find your opportunity and trade, and then you know your odds of the going up. Oh, okay, well, what is the odds? Okay, so now let's look what are the odds and what we mean by odds of trading success. Okay, here's the example. Let's assume my trading strategy is buying in a dip. It's right here. Okay, so what it means is stock moving up, down, up, and that's my trading plan, right? And I assume that this is the example of my trade. So what the computer does and what a lot of people do, and they call it backtesting of this strategy, and let's assume you find such a dip with the Apple computer and you think it's going to go up. Theoretically, what you're supposed to do is to find a similar pattern in the past, okay? Let's say a month ago, 3 months ago, 5 months, 12 months ago, and then count what really happened in the past when the stock went up, down, and up. If it did go up, then it is a success. If it didn't go up, it is a failure. Then let's assume 3 months ago it was a success, and that means out of 4 cases, hypothetical, I found that 3 of them success, and then 1 is failure. So that means 3/4, it's my odds of success. So that means if I have a similar scenario, very similar scenario, and I know for this particular stock, odds are going to be 75%, that's a really good chances. Okay, and these chances are typically happen right here. Okay, and all money are lost right here. Why? Because in this picture, if you're going down, if you don't have a half pipe, most likely it's going to go down. Okay, so that's very important. If you really pick up this tip from me today, that know your odds of success before you trade, then you're going to be better off than anybody else. Okay, and I don't know your level of trading, obviously. But we can talk about that later. Okay. What is the instant trend group analysis? This is a very proprietary concept, which is going to give you access instant or what happens with a particular group. Let's say you have a herd of ships, and then you have a noise from, let's say, right, then the entire herd is going to go left, right? Why? Because they're going to get all scared. The same thing happens right now with stocks. All of them moving up, down, pretty much in a group. But then, if you really know how to find groups, then you can make a good money analyzing these groups and then seeing, oh, if the group is moving up, there's a good chance that your particular selected stock has better chances to go up. And again, you see I'm using terminology, better chances. That means odds of success, your odds of success are going to be higher. And I will show you how to calculate them. And more, more interesting, we do calculate that for you, okay? So we do have a lot of stuff with the pattern recognition. I'm not going to be talking about that. You can find other recordings, or you can join other web casts, which I did before, or you can join those in the future. Okay, I'm not going to go through that. Okay. So let's start from the now screener. Okay. Before I go to the screener, I will show you our website and kind of give you a brief rundown what we have on the first page. Okay. Let's see. First of all, this is an important window where you can find pretty much anything. Okay. So let's assume you want to find Apple, right? Computer, and then you can click here, go, and there you can find pretty much everything what our AI thinks about Apple computer. Okay, so let's look what happened with Apple computer today. Today it went up 5%. Okay, this is a graph. It's a 1 day. That's what happened in a week. This is what happened in a month, a quarter, and so on. So you can read, and then you see that it's still, the computer believes there's a good chance that it's going to go down. What are the chances? As you can see, if you read now, in X number of chances, there was a 31 cases, very similar to what we see here. It went most likely down, but in order to calculate that, you already registered. It is, this information is for free. We can access that later. So that means we're going to know odds of success pretty much easily if you have a registration, kind of you sign in into our system. Okay, so let's look more about this. You see Apple, and these are the groups where Apple part of the group. You remember I told you about the groups? Okay, and these are the groups where Apple belongs to. Apple also belongs to telecommunication industry, right? Telecommunication equipment. What you can do, quickly check it here. Let's say industry telecommunication equipment. I click it right here. Okay, and now you immediately get 53 tickers in the telecommunication equipment. And then now you see Outlook analysis. And this is the status of analysis of this entire group with the description of this group right here. What's happening with this particular group? We can see that the chances, even though it's a negative, it kind of happened that the computer thinks the entire group is going to go continue down, but the chances going down now very low. Okay, that means this most likely we're going to see more trend reversals. So here, Qualcomm, okay, most likely going to go up, right? And now this here, this is another Nokia trend reversal. Okay, so we are calculating for you those trend reversals and giving you the odds of success in here. You see right here when you log in, you will be able to see it. But I'm showing that even before login, which is quite interesting information. Okay. So I'm going back, and then what you also can see here how the major indexes perform, and you can right here come and then see what really happened with the market. Okay, so you can this is by sectors, and this is again. So you see most of the groups was in dividends. You see they gained the most today. Okay, in a week there are other international ETFs gained, and then quite a lot of them in inverse ETFs started losing. Okay. This is a brief rundown. Okay, so you go back, and then on the main feed, what you see our trade signals coming out. You see on stocks, ETF, if you need mutual funds, Forex, cryptos, I uncheck them. So it means in my news feed, I'm not going to have them. Okay. So what you can do is to really look at this news feed, very similar what you have on Facebook, and then you can sort them by hashtags, right? Let's assume you want to see the news or trade signal all related technical analysis or artificial intelligence by price, earnings. Let's say you want to see all earnings, you click here. You want to see the news feed related to the technical analysis, and you're going to see all stocks. And then you see, I kind of really, let's say, want to see only bullish news feed. Okay, this is all the bullish news we're generating as a signals with those of success, which are written how, like you see, it was 110 cases, similar cases for this particular company, and then some of them were good, some of them are bad, but the odds are positive because the picture is green. Okay, so this is a very brief rundown about our first page. You can make your trade signals customized. You can save your settings and then receive, let's say, only for stocks with the particular hashtags, an analysis of insider trading, market caps, earnings, dividends, and anything you want. Okay. Now let's move to the screener. Okay, that's what you came. 4. Okay, so I will go here and I go right here, screener. Okay, let me first tell you, I'll start here as a performance, very kind of simple version. And here you have 3 monthly best performance. So in order to analyze, you see performers, then you click here, performers, this is the top performers, this is the top losers, okay? So you immediately see which group, again, you see, that's very important, that the entire group went up or down, okay? And then you might see, okay, who was a winner? Casino, 82%, okay? Food distributors, 56% as a group moved up, okay? In the uptrend, 95% in the uptrend and 5% in the downtrend, okay? This is a very quick way to find what's going on. Airlines, 42%, okay? And you will say, okay, how am I going to use this quick instant analysis of the group, right? Let's see, what do you want to see? Let's say internet retail for the month was 2%. Let's see if it's going to go, okay, I'm clicking here. You see, now I see here only internet retail, 18 stocks. Why 18? Because you see here is a switch, apply stocks, it's going to be 25. Now, by one click, I'm excluding all penny stocks because some people don't trade penny stocks. But we have groups of people who trade only penny stocks. That way you analyze only penny stocks, okay? Penny stocks is those who have a very small market capitalization, okay? Now, the next step, so I'm kind of analyzing internet retail just for the sake of the example, okay? So what I do to use my group analysis, I click here, I selected 18 out of 18, okay? And now, you remember, I can click here, either news or summaries, okay? Click here. What I'm gonna see now, you remember herd? Now I see the entire group, and then I know what's going to happen with my group, okay? With the 75% chances, this group is gonna go up, you see? And if you've seen anywhere the analysis like that, tell me, I don't believe it, okay? Only our company provides this type of a group analysis where you can think of now of some type of companies where a group's going up and a particular company going up, you see? So you might now look at them and then see what the preferences you might have, and also see the odds of success anytime you want, okay? You see, even if the group goes up, sure, there would be some going down, okay? That's life, and that's a possibility. But you see, odds are only 3 cases found similar to this one, it's not a big deal, okay? But you see, quite a lot of companies actually being forecasted to go up. Okay, let's go back. Now, you see, now you already have a few tips how to use our screener and then analyze what's going on, okay? So what are the steps? You kind of look up winners and losers and see what's going to happen next. If you want to check these 1 month losers, you see losers by, let's say, oil field service equipment, okay? Let's say choose these ones, okay? Stocks excluding penny, it's only 22. And let's see what's going to be happening, whether or not the trend with the entire group is going to change. I click again here. I want to see all summaries. Okay, let's see what's going to happen with this particular group of oil stocks. You see, I have 20. Okay, you see that group is also turning around. Okay, with the chance of 66%. So that means even though you see how much they lost, this is a particular company, but the group of very high probability is going to go up. Why I keep talking about the probabilities? Because you guys know there is nothing guaranteed in this world than the death and the taxes, right? That's 100%. but everything else is less than 100%. That means when you are looking at our numbers, you are facing your reality, okay? And that means you know what's going to happen approximately. And you, with open eyes, kind of face that reality. And now you can choose what stocks you really want to bet on, right? Individual stocks, okay? Or with actually what we kind of think when we connect that system to the brokerage, then you theoretically, if you trade the entire group, why you can trade in this entire group? Because in the future, with one click, you trade another group, and the price of entering is equal to zero, multiplied by 20, 0 by 20 is 0, right? So it means there is no cost associated with entry. So the chances of trading a group are much better. Chances or odds is the same, right? And then if you're gonna enter, if you don't have a lot of money, you might enter in, you see Halliburton, right? Okay, it shows up, and what is important, the group is going up. Okay, that's the group analysis. Okay, let's go back, and then you see I analyzed even losers are turning around. Okay, even though, look, here's the thing, that it's still all companies considered to be in downtrend. You see why? Because it's simple downtrend. They lost 54%. But AI analysis shows that there is a turnaround. Is that a long-term turnaround? No. We analyze maximum for about a month. And if you remember that picture, we believers on these short-term jumps. Okay, you jump, you made your money, you get out. It's not like day trading. There's some people call swing trading, or like about the month trading. But that's what we're forecasting, this type of jumps. To forecast with this type of a market for 6 months, a year, I don't think there is a computer which can predict that, okay? That's what is important. Okay, now, so we'll look at this very simple type of filter, which is called performance filter. What is good about that, then you can save it, okay, but there's nothing to save. Let me show what you can save if you really want to dig deeper into that. Let's say you're going to look at the smart filter. I hear, you see, you can choose all kind of options. And then let me show you the options, okay? When you see at the screener, a typical screener and a lot of other companies, then they're gonna give you this table, sometimes even bigger. And they're gonna tell you, look, you have to know P ratio, PB ratio, cash per share ratio, beta, EPS, ROE, revenue per share, total debt, PEG ratio, okay? Normal people look at that and say, you know what? I don't like those screeners, okay? That's what is typically happens with the competitive type of products, okay? What we did, we took all this raw data and converted them into some fundamental analysis data, okay? So we introduced ratings, okay? And that's what you see, it is evaluation rating. If you see green, that means we consider it's good, okay? What it means, valuation rating? It means company could be undervalued, fair valued, or undervalued, okay? If it is undervalued and then it's still moving up, it's not a bad deal, okay? So then we introduced the following rating, which is different than valuation. It's called profit and versus risk, okay? The higher the profit, it's quite often the higher the risk. But when you balance them, then there is a good balance between profit and risk. You click here, and you see there is some green, so that means these companies, you see, these companies are not very volatile except the last drop, which is ST Microelectronics, right? And then it means the ratio, or like a kind of balance between profit and risk, are good. If you don't want to risk too much, but still have some profits, then this is your rating, okay? SMR rating, which is really analyzing the business model, which is the sales, margin, and returns. And again, this is a more advanced rating. The simple rating, let's say price growth rating, what it does, it simply looks whether or not the prices are going up or down on the long term. And this is a classical PE, which is the predictability of the earnings, okay? So you click here, and now you see good model with these companies, okay? Here you might say, yeah, it's still a lot, but now it is translated into real English, okay? And then some people say, yeah, what I choose. Okay, here is my advice, what you choose. You should look at this as if you are getting your suit for your tailor. Some of you short, some of you tall, some of you have a different shapes. And all these suits which you dress is for you, right? It's individual dress. The same thing with investing. The most important thing in investing is to be sane, right? So really have a good stress level. So that way, when you tailor your plan of investing or trading, then you measure up against your level of stress. So if you choose to buy undervalued companies, there's a lot of theories of buying undervalued. That's your deal. Okay, you're saying, okay, this is undervalued, and that way you can really have a good deal. Why I have here a lot of undervalued? Because here you see I chose undervalued. Okay, now stocks trending direction bullish monthly with the price between 100 and I'm sorry, between $10 and $50 from any industry. I can click here and select the industry I want, and that way I created a filter. Okay, when I created a filter, and then you see I sorted by P growth, or I can sort and then out of, you see, I can do undervalued with the best profit and risk, okay? Boom, I've got some relatively good companies from any industry. You see, I have undervalued and a reasonable profit versus risk, P growth. This is really not, these three companies are not bad companies. It's ST Microelectronics, Value Line, Maxim. It's also in semiconductors, okay? So, you see, instead of working with this raw data, we're giving you proprietary ratings, okay? Now, let's look at the technical analysis. You see, with the one click of a button, you now see the technical analysis on the short term with these particular companies, okay? Now, I'm not going to go through the definitions of these different indicators, stochastic, RSI, you might heard, Arun, MACD, you could have heard, momentum, Bollinger Band, moving averages, and our proprietary is a seasonal indicator. Okay. I don't know about this group, guys. Are you familiar with the technical indicators? If you kind of press me plus or yes in the chat, I would appreciate that. That is going to help me to continue. So kind of you can say yes or no. Then I'm going to know the level of the group. Yes. Oh, okay. Some people yes. Anybody else? Okay. So you know the indicators. So if you don't know them, you can read about them. It's kind of fun to learn. But the main problem with them is as follows, okay? So there is okay, I will show you how to quickly find what I'm talking about, okay? So let's assume I'm gonna click here, I'm gonna select some news based on the technical analysis, because this is a technical analysis type of screener, okay? So, and you see this news is based on RSI indicator, okay? Okay. So if you don't know, but I recommend to read this type of news and read the odds, but then click here, learn about RSI, and we immediately explain to you what is the RSI, okay? If you scroll in this Arun, okay, learn about Arun, you can quickly learn about Arun right here on our news feed, okay? Now, let's go back. So let's assume you understood indicators. They kind of indicate what's going to happen. And that's what's typically you're going to find in other website or the software. But the problem with those guys is as follows, that first, when there is a signal and there is a 2 days after the signal, 5 days after the signal, and I struggled with that too. Okay, let's assume it's 22 days after the signal. That's what we give you, right? So what it shows that there was a stochastic signal 1 day ago, okay? That's how you read that. This is RSI 2 days ago. So what our AI does, it goes to the history of this particular stock, analyzes the stochastic every time 1 day ago, and sees what's going to happen. It's going to go up or down. And it turns out that 74% similar cases, you remember I was telling you the similar cases, similar scenarios, 74% it went up. Analyzing RSI, it went 73% up, even though the signal was 2 days ago, okay? Our own signal was today. There was no signal on MACD. Momentum was very long time ago, but 56% is going to go down. Okay. 22, this is all signals you can consider, right? In that way, you can say, okay, this ST microelectronics, it's kind of not a bad deal on the technical indications, okay? So now, before trading, you always have to check earnings, okay? And then you check the earnings and also check the earnings calendar, okay? You click right here and then see whether or not what you want to trade is earnings coming up, okay? I have not also seen a system where the one click of a button, the same list of the same stocks, you can see the earnings calendar and also dividends calendar, okay? So you see, this is a, there's not, yeah, you see the calendar is here, okay? So go back to the tickers, okay? So we had that analysis we had here. I clicked here. Okay, so I have back to my setup. Okay, so now I really found interesting stock. Let's say ST Microelectronics value line and Maxim, which not bad on a fundamental analysis and not bad on a technical analysis. You see, this one is old. This one is old. So all the new signals, the kind of green, which is really good, okay? And this is the smart filter. You can construct different filters, okay? And then you can save them and then use them later, okay? Let me go then to this one, okay? This is a kind of more expanded filter, okay? You also can see what happens with every single category of industry. You can go deeper. You see casinos, 82%, okay? And then if I click here, so let me first refresh the filters, okay? And then reset, I have 0. So where it was, and a week, okay? Consumer services, casinos, you see 82% went up. If I click here, so then I fill out all the stocks with the casinos gaming right here, okay? You see? Now, this is the fundamentals. I can again look at the fundamental analysis, technical analysis, earnings, dividends, and what artificial intelligence thinks about that as a general, right? Here, you have to subscribe to the premium services, which you can find right here. So there's a patterns, trend predictions, forex, stocks, and all kinds of stuff. But we give a lot of information for free, as you can see, too. Okay. Now, I look at the casinos; they look good, even 82%. But the question again is: this trend going to continue? What I do? I'm going to pick up pretty quickly 20 stocks on the top, which already went up quite significantly. And again, look at this analysis. Okay, let's see. Okay, the group, you see, is going up, even though you see it was quite a long way down, but now finally it turns around. Okay, and all the stocks you picked up, they on the left side, they also the gains on the right side. You can look at them, and if you want to see and pick one of them, let's say Las Vegas, right? So you can choose and see individual stock, whether or not it's being forecasted to go up or down. Okay. Let's wait. Okay. So now we see it was not only 2% today growth, but you see this one out of 165 cases. Let's see what are the odds. Okay, for the Las Vegas. Okay, the odds. Okay, I sign in. You can do that too. And let's see what we're gonna get. Okay, now I'm just showing you the same data. Okay, now let's look. You see, so with this particular rune indicator, it was 165 cases, similar to the one we have right now, and 117 worked out really well, okay? Now, what we see is the 6 bullish indicators, 0 bearish. Oh my God. Valuation is green. SMR, business model, is good. It's a loss from 70, now it's 50. There is a really good possibility going up. It already, the signal was given on the March 25th. So that means it was yesterday, today was up. And whether or not in this market is going to continue, it is not 100%, but it's a good probability. If everything is good, most likely it's going to go up tomorrow. Okay, you can check it out tomorrow and see what's going to happen. Okay, let's go back to the screener. Okay, so I checked for you casinos. Okay, so I showed you these filters. I showed you performance filter. I showed you smart filter. You can also analyze, let's say, indices. Okay. Okay, so there's something wrong here. You can analyze also themes, also here, which you can find. Let me show you what it means. The themes and the industries. What's the difference? Okay, let me log out and show you from a simple. Even before login, you can check it. Look what's going on here. So if you want to find out information about the ticker, it's here. If you want about the category, you type here, let's say, even though you might not know the name of a category, it's a gold, right? Okay, so gold, it's a classical, it's a precious metals. You click here, and you can quickly then go either to screener or summaries or the news feed, okay? So if you really want to see what's going on with the precious metals, you can go here or here, then go. Now I'm going to see what's going to happen with the gold, okay? The group analysis says that the gold doesn't look good, okay? It's a group, okay? So that means some of them is going to continue to go down, some of them is going to continue up, right? But as a group, it doesn't look like. I would not bet on the gold for, let's say, even tomorrow, okay? So I go back, I showed you how to use this category. And then there is a theme, okay? What is the theme? Let's say 5G. 5G doesn't have, what is the 5G? It's a new generation of the internet services, wireless communication. And you can pick up this theme, 5G, either go to screener and see what I showed you in the screener. Okay, let me show you. Okay, go there. And now I see all analysis of these stocks from the technical perspective, fundamental perspective. And then you see this is a fundamental analysis. technical analysis, and you can run even from here. Again, click all of them, click on summaries, and now you're gonna see what's gonna happen with the group. Okay, let's see what's okay. Group is negative. Okay, so I would not touch the 5G right now. I would touch it maybe another day, but not today. Okay, even though the Qualcomm looks good, but you see some others don't. Okay, so that means your herd is not gonna help you, and then you better keep yourself in the herd. That's my last piece of advice, guys. Okay. So I showed you how to use themes, and then I showed you how to use categories. Okay, the same thing you can find in the screener, and then you can go and look at our premium services. You can look at my other webcasts and other videos, and there's a lot of stuff coming up. Here you can find these premium products. Here are other products. Academia, you can read articles, blogs, and then get one-on-one lessons right here. Okay. Now you know how to use Zoom group chat. Let's see if you have questions. And actually, we have a new feature we should have put here. You can have paper trades. What paper trades is that you can trade, and soon you're going to be able to trade pretty much from every module. Now you should do it manually, but soon you're going to be just here news, you click buy, you click sell, and you're going to have your record, and that way you're going to be testing yourself before trading, okay? And then actually testing our system. We're going to be improving paper trades, but you can already start using that. Okay, any questions you have? You can type them to the group chat, and then I will be able to answer right now. Okay, I don't see the questions yet. Maybe somebody is typing. Oh, you just can say yes. I will maybe try to turn on your microphone. You can ask live. Whatever you guys prefer. Okay, so we're making other webcasts almost every, not almost every Thursday at about 6 p.m. Pacific time. If you're on the West Coast, it's 6. It's East Coast, it is 9. The most popular time looks like for us, it is 6 p.m. So I typically have questions today. Maybe you understood everything, and I'm really happy. Are you going to show how to use AI in HI tool? Okay. So here's the thing that no, today I'm not going to show that because that's another hour. Okay, you should sign up for another webcast. Okay, so let me see what other webcasts coming up. You can look. So what do we see? April 2nd, how to trade with odds of success. It's gonna be actually going through a lot of stuff. Again, explaining how to use odds of success. Today was topic about the screener. And there are a past webcast, okay? This is about the patterns. That's where I went and talked about this pattern search engine and touched about intraday patterns, okay? What I would recommend that you listen that one, that would really help you to understand the patterns, okay? Then another one, the previous one was also about the trends, okay? Here I'm talking about all kinds of trends, including our trend prediction engine, okay? Which goes and find those jumps and talks about the trend predictions, okay? So these two, I think you should go and listen. even right now. You're gonna listen my voice, and that way it's gonna be beginning pretty much similar. I really like to explain why it's important to have the odds of success, but then I go to some details. Okay, human intelligence. Um, you can really join some investor clubs. You can even share the portfolios. You can vote and see what our community thinks about the stocks. And advisors, we just launched that. We've not kind of started that seriously portion, but ultimately we want to bring advisors on our side and give you some advice. At this moment, the most of the advice you can get on one-on-one lessons. I can go with you, and some other people can go with you, just one-on-one, explaining the details and kind of moving deeper into the topic. Okay. Okay. I hope I answered. Okay. Thank you. Sure. Thank you, Marcella. Anybody else? No, I think you see we finished that within 50 minutes. And try our products. They're free for 30 days. And the main difference of our products from all others, we have the pre-calculated so-called backtesting. In all other systems, you're going to be forced to backtest your strategies yourself. And here we're pre-calculating and giving you a lot of data, which you get seamlessly, but there's a lot of computers behind. Maybe we have about 1,000 computers running every day, calculating all possible scenarios to see what you guys interested. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to be then stopping the sharing my screen, and then I hope to see, do you work with options? You know, we give you the trends and the chances of jumping. Okay, the options is just a way to capitalize on the some fact that the option is going to go up or down, right? There's not that much of a difference except that you leveraging a lot if you guessed your trend correctly, okay? So if we go back right here, you see in this half pipe, from trend analysis, it doesn't matter what you trade, except it matters how much money you have. But if you manage to get this jump, you're going to get your money good either way, either on stocks or on options. Okay? Obviously, options have that simplicity from one side and complexity from another. There is a time decay issue. But since we're looking at a short period of times, then the time decay and this jump is not a big deal. What matters is to get a trend, okay? So my answer to the options is look at the stock, and if they have options and then they're really liquid options, then yes, you're going to benefit quite a lot if you catch this trend, okay? But just focus on the trends out of our engines, trend prediction engines, patterns, other tools, indicators, everything where you can catch it. If you catch it with a good chances for success, then you're going to win either stocks or options. That's the answer, James. Yeah. Anybody else want to have a last question? So we do not give a specific advice on the options. We just give a trend on the stock, and options should be the same. Okay. Thank you. Sure. Thank you, guys. I hope to see you on other webcasts. And if you have any questions, just come next Thursday. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing the screen and I will stop that webcast. Thank you and goodbye.